Awesome. If you heard our conversation just right before we went live, we were having a little bit of fun and laughing and giggling and well, you can see right now I'm wearing my Superman hoodie,
Love
and
it.
I thought it was apropos and very poetic as we were talking about support and how we all need it and we all have opportunities to give support. And just because I think I'm Superman most of the time doesn't mean that I am immune to those kinds of needs. So we're talking a little bit today about how we can best support each other, how we can give service, how we can do some pretty amazing things that make profound differences in the lives of others. And sometimes they're little things. They can be really little things. And so let's talk about this. And I'm excited about today's conversation.
Well, it was really funny. I just came from 5 days of speaking, and it was just this beautiful, amazing event where I got to just help people understand who they truly are. I come home to a situation that is uncomfortable and frustrating and disheartening and dealing with extended family and some stuff that needs to be taken care of. And it's just been really, really hard. And so when Leanne said, well, we should talk about support because so often, like, I have an amazing support group that I reach out to, and I'm like, hey guys, I need prayers or different things. And what I've also found through this is when I get to this position, one of the best things I can do is give service. And so the last 2 days, as I've been making my family dinner, I've actually made extra. And so I've sent my daughter home. She came over and she needed help with a couple of sewing projects, which we've been trying to just figure it out. I am a quilter, not a sewer. And she wanted to make two little dresses, and neither one of us knew what we were doing, but we figured it out. And in this process, yesterday and today, I not only made her, I made my family dinner, but yesterday I made her dinner, and then today I made dinner for her neighbor as well. And I just found that in that giving service, it got me out of my tailspin that I was in with all this other stuff that's happening that a lot of it's out of my control. Right. And I think that's when we get super, super stressed when something needs to happen and we're trying to make things happen. And that right there, I'm trying to make some stuff happen. And so often I just need to release it, let God take care of it, and get into a place where I'm able to just give service and get into gratitude.
Love that. One of the things I realized though is too often we get into a state where somebody has something that they're going through, and our first thing is what can I do to support you? Well, sometimes they're in such overwhelm, they don't even know what support they need. So I mean, you and I, we food is our love language in lack of a better word, right? So for me, that's what's easy for me as well, is to make extra meal or invite someone over to eat or that kind of thing to support. Or we have our essential oils. We're not doctors, we cannot diagnose or treat. We're here to support. And so often when I hear somebody that is in overwhelm, I will go to my kit and figure out energetically. I just kind of pray and energetically go, okay, what can I offer to support them and get them some essential oils to support that? Because that is what I do for myself, right? So that is something that I can give back to others, is that knowledge that I have of what can help support, and it's not something that's even on their radar.
Well, funny today as we're trying to do this sewing project, which again, we're fumbling through, we're looking at YouTube videos because sewing dresses is very different than quilting. But my daughter's youngest, who's 8 months old and he's teething, he's an overwhelm. And so she's starting to be an overwhelm. And so I just held him. And then pretty soon she's like, I think it's his teeth. Do you have any clove? Well, okay, you guys, you have to understand clove straight on the area. They will be mad. super mad for about 30 seconds. And then it was awesome. But I could see her ramping up into overwhelm because she's trying to get this thing done. We've got three little ones all like vying for attention, and the youngest, he was fed, he was changed, all the things, right? But just that little bit of clove was amazing.
Very cool. So, while we're talking about service, while we're talking about things that we can do, I think this is a great time of year, to kind of look at it. We've been in such a place of gratitude. We've been such a place of blessings that I know that the three of us have felt in our lives. We just got done with a wedding reception, and that was so much fun getting to see friends and family and people that were close. And while I was in that place, I had an opportunity to observe, and I too am looking at some things that I can do and opportunities to serve. So let's talk for a second about how this makes a difference for our wellness, because this is Wellness Wednesday. And so I want to talk for just a moment about energetically, physically, spiritually, how this shows up in our lives as we shift from that place of overwhelm into a place of service.
That's such a great question. I think when we are serving others, what we are going through doesn't seem as difficult. I've heard the analogy over and over. If we all had our trials and put them in a bucket, we would hope we pulled our own back out because we're aware of it and we know how to deal with it, right? So I think when we're serving others, we're able to stop thinking about what we're going through and see what we can do to support someone else in what they're going through.
Spiritually, there are so many. I was just trying to look up really quick. There's so many scriptures on service. Christ was the ultimate example of here he was the king and he came to serve. And so I think that's one of the best things that you can do spiritually when you are asking for help is see where you can in turn give help because only you can do what you came here to do, right? Like we are each uniquely designed and God has given each of us different gifts. And so find a way that works with your strengths and your gifts. You don't have to serve the same way that everybody else does. Just because Leanne and I love to bring food, it doesn't mean that Jared, you need to go get in the kitchen and start cooking some food. You might. I mean, that may be your thing, but I know that words of affirmation are an amazing way that you serve so often. Like you are such a beautiful supporter of uplifting people. And your wife's service is just to get love. Like that woman just exudes love from every pore. So,
Absolutely.
find a way that works for you to serve, not the way somebody else thinks you should.
I love that. And emotionally, I know in those times when I'm frustrated, feeling challenged, it is definitely an uplift in those times as I give service, as I find those opportunities to give it, but also to receive service. That can be one of the hardest things that I have experienced, just because I am usually Superman. I am usually able to, go take on most things and, up and away, and I'm off and I'm off going, doing things. And there's been those times when I have felt those acts of service and I didn't feel that I deserved them. I didn't feel worthy of it. I felt, yeah, I struggled sometimes to accept them. And I realized that that was a gift from them. And I needed to honor that as well. And I was grateful. And I chose to work from that place of gratitude as well when it came to the service I was receiving. And it was amazing the shift that that made, not only for me, but for the person that was giving service. Because I don't know if you've ever given service to somebody that doesn't that's grumpy about it, that's angry about it, that it kind of takes away some of the joy of giving that service. And so accepting of that service, I think, is a profound way that we can build communities, that we build friendships, relationships, that we support each other. And as we accept that service gracefully, it makes it so that others can feel that freedom to be able to accept the service that comes their way as well.
Yeah, when
That
you
is
don't accept service gracefully, you absolutely rob that other person of the opportunity to serve.
that was one of the hardest things for me when Joseph was laid off. We were so used to being self-sufficient and taking care of ourselves. And as Christmas came up, we had people that were offering to purchase stuff for our kids. And that was very difficult. And gratefully, my husband was like, no, you can't be okay giving service, but not be okay receiving service, because we then rob them of their blessings and their opportunities. But there was an internal battle going on. And when we can give, we give. When we need to accept, that is often harder. And so finding the balance in receiving support is key as well. Too often we find ourselves saying, oh, we're fine, when really we're not. So being able to acknowledge and find your tribe, find your people that it's safe to say, I need prayers, or, I just need a hug today, or I just need somebody to listen while I rant. Because sometimes that is support people need, is just to be listened to and feel like they're heard. So I put a couple questions in the chat. One is, what service helps you feel supported? And the next one is, are you able to receive support? So it's kind of fascinating. I was typing that as Jared started talking about it. So we're on the same wavelength.
I love
Absolutely.
it. I love it. So, guys, as we are working on our calendar of upcoming classes, as we're doing all of these different things, we love hearing from you guys. We love connecting and communicating. And I know sometimes, while I'm just here working away and doing all the things that I do, I don't always know all the things that are going on. As much as I wish I was a mind reader, I don't always know everything that's going on. And so sometimes, it's a gift and a blessing to be able to reach out, to communicate. And so if there's something that we can do to be of support, of aid, of whatever it is that is going on, if whether it's just you need somebody to listen, whether it's somebody, you're wondering, hey, what oil do I use for gratitude, what oil do I use for different things that are coming up, feel free to reach out to us. Let us know what kinds of things that you'd like to learn about, what kinds of support we can give, especially in this channel. And we will continue being here to support you guys.
So
I
okay, go ahead, Ronai, because did you guys see there's a Valentine's special? So we don't want to forget that before we leave.
okay, tell about the Valentine special and then I'll tell about the liver cleanse group.
So starting tomorrow, and I believe it's only 2 days, I'm going to look really quick, is the Valentine's bundle. You buy citrus bliss and a jasmine roller and osmanthus, which is not generally available, and a purple lilac bag, all for retail price of $100 or $75 for wholesale accounts. So if you don't have a wholesale account, this is a great time to get one and get the deal, because with any order, you get a free wholesale account for a year. After that, it's only $25 each year to renew.
Awesome, awesome. All right. So here's something super fun, is that there is a group done by our up line with several other people, and they're doing a 30-day liver cleanse, which actually can extend beyond the 30 days, but really, really important. It's starting on January 29th or 30th. If you would like to get into that group, like below, just put cleanse, and I will add you to the group. Every day there's going to be helpful information on how to do a healthy liver cleanse. You guys, it's really actually fairly simple. It's not one of those ones where you're running back to the and forth to the bathroom all day, but it is a gentle daily cleanse that is going to get you on track. And here's a group that is here to support you. So let me know if you are interested. Just drop the word cleanse.
I love that. Again, another way that we can support you is us partnering with other teams.
Yes.
All right. Any final words of wisdom, Jared, on support?
Well, up and away. Yeah, as we move forward, that is what we're doing. We are moving forward, and we're excited to be here. And I love you guys. I love that we share this message, and wellness is a topic that we all need, and so is service, and so is all of the good things.
Perfect. Thanks for joining us for Wednesday Wellness. Tomorrow night is our From Blah to Bliss. The link is in the comments. Join us for a free class. Bring friends, invite, share the link so that we can discuss ways to support you emotionally through the winter. Have a great day.